I've always wanted to go to India, though it wasn't the country that drew me to go on the trip. Engineers Without Borders and the Community Partnering Program were giving me the opportunity to go see firsthand developing communities, to see the organisations, to meet the people that they work with, and to understand the role of engineers in that process and what I individually can do.
Yeah. I wanted to go to India to get a first-hand look into what it's really like working in community development. It's something I've been interested in for a really long time, but up until this point I didn't really have any direct experience with it or a real understanding of what it was about. So this trip was a great way for me to get some experience and learn what life is like in these communities and what this work involves.
So the highlight of the experience was when we joined them during the tribal dance at night, and while we joined them, the lights went out in India. There's always a power failure in India anyway, so that wasn't surprising. But the nice thing was when I looked up at the sky, I saw a full sky like shimmering with stars, and at that point of time, with the sound of the drum beats, with the sound of the bells ringing at our feet, we were dancing with the villagers, and at that point of time there was no differences between them and us. There was no language barrier, there was no difference in nationality, and I felt that we entered their world while they entered our hearts.
There were a million fantastic experiences, but one of the ones that sticks out for me was meeting some women in the south of Maharashtra that have formed a women's self-help group. These women have come from nothing and really don't have anything to their name, but the things they've done together are hugely inspiring, and they're so friendly and warm and wanted to hear all about us as well. Some of their stories brought us all to tears, and it was just amazing to meet them.
One of the best experiences of the trip was to visit a literate school. The intention of the schools were to liberate education from the confines of rote learning and to promote curiosity and creativity. And so we arrived about 8 o'clock at night, and the kids were in the front of the schoolyard playing these callback games in their dialect, and so we joined in and, you know, jumping and running, and then they started singing some traditional folk songs for us and dancing, and it was just an amazing high energy experience.
I feel that Arup can actually learn a lot from this experience. When I was talking to, in terms of sustainability and in terms of innovation, when I was talking to one of the guys, he was telling us when he actually dig a pit to do like some of the bricks to form houses over there, they also use the pit to collect rainwater. So when they do something, they actually do it for dual purpose, which is very sustainable by nature.
What can Arup learn from the experience? One of the things that I learned, which was really important, was about communication. And we were taught some great hand actions to remind us how to talk to people while we were in the site visits. Now, these hand actions were see through their eyes, get a dialogue rolling, and pick keywords. And the intention of the whole thing was to make sure that we dropped all our preconceptions, that we talked to them from their point of view, not our own point of view as people coming in and trying to help them, and to understand the keywords that they're using so that we can understand what's really important to them. And I think this is a really great way to talk to people in general, a way that we could talk to our clients, and a way that we can talk to our friends.
My key takeaway would be my experience when I was in Auroville. We were told that Auroville was being hit by a cyclone about 10 days ago. So we were told that the town would probably be in a state of despair and mourning. But when we went there, what we saw was a group of people busying around getting the electricity and the water supplies going, while they arranged for volunteers to do cleaning out of the streets on a daily basis. So what impressed me was that the optimism of the people. When we spoke to one of the guys, he was talking about even though 80% of the trees were being damaged, but they realized from the experience that these are not the native species that are meant to be growing in India. So the next time round, they'll be growing species that are suitable for India. And I was very impressed by his optimism and the fact that there are always two sides to a coin. You can either choose to moan or to lament about your fate when things happen, but on the other hand, you can actually take a more proactive stand by learning from mistakes and thriving out of it.
For me, Arup's community partnering program is hugely important, not only for the communities that we work with, but for Arup staff that are involved. We have such a great range of skills and talents and expertise in this company that this program is a fantastic way to directly connect that to the communities that could really benefit from it. Also for the staff who are involved, it's hugely rewarding. Not only does it teach them a whole new set of skills, but also can give them appreciation of the communities that we work with and the value that we can bring with our work.
I think that the community partnering program at Arup is really important. We're really lucky to be in the country that we are, to have a good education, to be able to afford the things that we need. And so I think we have a responsibility to help other people. And the community partnering program does some really great work. And not only that, they help support other organisations to do that work as well.